Hello, friend. Welcome back to Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do, the podcast where we dive into the funny, sometimes not so funny psychology of what makes us tick. And I'm your host, Analia. Today, we're tackling something we've all experienced when someone has a negative reaction to us that seems completely out of proportion. Picture this. It's Monday morning. You're standing in line at your favorite coffee shop, scrolling through your phone, minding your own business. You finally reach the counter and order your usual. Medium latte, please. No sugar. The barista, Mark, practically slams your cup down, rolls his eyes, and mumbles something under his breath. You walk away thinking, wow, what did I do to deserve that? Your brain starts its favorite activity, replaying the interaction on loop, searching for your mistake. Did I sound rude? Was I not looking at him when I ordered? Did I cut in line without realizing? Was my tone off? Sound familiar? We've all been there. But here's what you don't know about Mark the barista. His car wouldn't start this morning, so he had to take the bus. He arrived late and got chewed out by his manager. Just before you ordered, he received a text that his rent is increasing next month. Oh, and the customer right before you complained about Mark's attitude to his manager. You weren't the trigger. You were just unlucky enough to be standing where Mark's emotional cup overflowed. The science of projection. Basically, humans have this fascinating tendency to project their internal struggles onto external targets. It's like our emotional baggage needs somewhere to go. And unfortunately, sometimes innocent bystanders get hit with the emotional luggage. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. Our cave-dwelling ancestors didn't have time for deep self-reflection when they were busy. Not being eaten by saber-toothed tigers? When you're constantly in survival mode, it's much quicker to blame external factors than sit around pondering your inner emotional landscape. Modern psychologists, like Dr. Brown, describes this as emotional offloading. When we carry heavy emotional loads, stress, shame, fear, anger, we often unconsciously look for places to set them down. And sometimes that place is right at someone else's feet. Think about it. Have you ever snapped at your partner for something tiny like leaving a sink when really you were stressed about a work deadline? So here's a liberating truth. About 90% of negative reactions aimed at you have nothing to do with you at all. That doesn't mean we get to dismiss all criticism or never self-reflect, but it does mean we can stop taking everything so personally. Next time someone responds to you with unexpected negativity, number 1, take a deep breath. Number 2, remember this episode. Number 3, ask yourself, what might be happening in their world right now? And number 4, decide if this is something you need to address or let go. The real superpower here is applying this knowledge when you're the one feeling triggered. When you feel that surge of anger or irritation towards someone else, pause and ask, is this really about them or is it something else going on with me? It's like developing your own internal emotional GPS system. Instead of blaming the traffic or other people, you realize you might need to check your own engine. All right, that's it for today's episode of Couch Tales, Why We Do What We Do. I'm your host, Analia. If you like this episode, please take a moment to follow, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, when someone's giving you attitude, it's probably their baggage, not yours.